Good evening, everybody. It is me, Josh, and Weather Forecast, guys, and welcome back to the video. So, as many of you guys saw my video earlier, I am now finally doing my state forecast, and these are the these are five or six states that I got recommended, and I started working on them. It took me, I think, an hour or so. It didn't take me as long as my US forecast, and for many of those people who have been on my channel for a long time, since November, you guys remember these old maps I used to do. So I didn't want to go to my other editor. I just felt like this would be these maps kind of like are hit home kind of, because this is what I used to always do before I got my other one. And credits to Cool Weather, because he's the one who taught me this when I first started. So I'm just gonna be doing my state forecast with just by doing it like this. I know it's not super duper professional like my other one. I just think this one's easier since it's individual states, not a whole country. So if you guys like this, and yeah, for those people who have been here and saw my other state forecast last year, it's kind of the same thing. But we're going to be doing North Carolina, Wisconsin, Oregon, Texas, and Connecticut. Those are the 5 states that I'm going to be doing. And then I'll be doing another one tomorrow. Tomorrow's video will have Tennessee, and then be sure to also recommend your other ones. But without further ado, let's get in this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you like these type of videos. I also do other winter forecast videos. I'm going to be doing another video after this on the update on the snowstorm, but the GFS is still loading, so I'm just going to do this first. So also be sure to subscribe, though. If you know anybody who lives in any of these 5 states, be sure to share them to the channel. And also, if you want to wonder about your state individually, go ahead and let me know in the comments below in this video. But without further ado, let's get into North Carolina first. So in this purple shade color, we do have 5 to 12 inches. That's where Raleigh is. That's where we have that bit north central other part of North Carolina. Again, guys, this is not going to be 100% correct. So you can't count on having more than 5 inches to up to a foot. I believe we can have at least one snowstorm that can at least bring worth a year's of snowfall, which is 3 inches or 4 inches, which is their average is 5 inches for Raleigh, like that. So I think we definitely will have slightly above average snowfall to maybe near average. Again, it's very close for North Central North Carolina. But again, I think we can have a slightly above average snowfall to average, which is 5 to 4 inches. But again, I don't think we're going to get on the high number, which is 12. I just think we'll have a better chance for having snow in that area. Definitely bigger chance to have somewhat more snowfall than the coastal areas. So now we go to the light blue. That's coastal areas there. That's 0 to 5 inches. I really don't think we're going to have too many snowstorms get on the coastal areas. So that's why I have 0. But again, it doesn't mean you're not going to get it. Doesn't mean you're not going to get snow. I'm saying that you can go from 0 to maybe 5 inches. Again, guys, this is not 100% accurate. But I just think we're not going to have too many snowstorms getting this since it's not an El Nino. We're not going to have those snowstorms get super duper close to the coast. Honestly, it's a big difference from going to east or western North Carolina to east the coastal areas of North Carolina. Really big difference there. It's obviously going to be harder to get below average below freezing those areas, even though we'll have more cold blasts to come. I just think we're not going to have too much snow to get in those coastal areas. So again, your average over there is like 1 inch, right? I do not know what the coastal Carolina area, and then for the other bluish color, that's 2 to 8 inches. That's near where Charlotte is. I think we can have their average is like 3 inches to 4 inches. I think we can have that's pretty big gap, 2 to 8 inches. But again, guys, we're talking about another 4 or 5 months advance. So I think we'll definitely have some type of snowstorms to ice storms that could somewhat bring some frozen precipitation there. So that can bring in a good amount of snow. 8 inches isn't too bad, isn't too shabby. Again, Diego brought a lot more in those areas, especially near Asheville. But speaking of Asheville, in the dark blue now for the Appalachians, we're definitely going to have a lot of snow there. Either way, with those mountains, we don't really, we have snow in those areas. It doesn't have to be part of a major snowstorm with like Dago or a Benji. It doesn't have to be part of that. It can be like a little snowstorm that's hanging out in the Appalachians, so you don't have to wait for anything. So that's 11 inches. So now we're going to be Texas snowfall. So obviously near Amarillo and Lubbock, which is in the pink, I think we'll have 7 to 20 inches. We've already seen like a foot of snow in Amarillo with these 3 snowstorms we've seen, including Bessie. So I think we'll definitely have a lot more snow to come in those areas. You're probably thinking that's Texas you're talking about. I know, but we still have a little bit of mountains out there, especially north of Amarillo. I think we'll definitely have some snowfall there. For the pink or for the light blue near Dallas, I think we'll have 1 to 4 inches, so not too much snow there. I really don't think we're gonna have a super historic snowfall there. Really something that happened there. We'll have a little parts in Texas that'll be slightly below freezing, but I think we can have maybe I think average snowfall. Really, not too interesting this year. For the red, we have no snow, as you can tell. That's coastal areas in Texas. You're probably thinking, wait, Southern Texas gets snow. Remember Benji? But yeah, Benji was historic there. Some areas in Houston, Corpus Christi, you don't really see that snow. It's been like, that was the first time in like 10 years. And again, this is not an El Nino. Guys, it's completely different. This is more of a northeast and midwest year than a south and south central. So yeah, I'm not saying you're not going to get snow. I just think there's a very good chance you're not going to get snow. But don't like get your hopes down just because of that. There could be something historic. Every neutral is different. We just need to wait and see. Last year we were way off on the southeast, so maybe we can be way off here. And then near El Paso and areas in southwestern Texas, near New Mexico, I think we have 3 to 10 inches again. It doesn't mean, obviously, guys, you're probably going to be on the lower part of that snowfall. So now for Connecticut, this is obviously going to be a big jump from Texas to Connecticut. But in their purple area, we can have near that western part, we can have 60 to 90 inches. As you can tell, obviously the New England area, the northeast here, we'll definitely be seeing way above average snowfall in these areas. So we're definitely going to have very high numbers out here. And guys, I forgot to mention, this is measured in inches, not centimeters or anything, by the way, because many people just get frustrated when I don't say inches, but obviously it would be inches. But we're going to have 60 to 90 inches. We can maybe even have higher. It depends on how many blizzards, lake effect snow, and also nor'easters occur. Again, it's looking like the northeast and New England can have a jackpot on snowfall-wise, but obviously the jackpot for cold will be in the northern plains. But obviously we've seen super duper cold temperatures. Example, next week we're going to see a major snowstorm, but that's going to bring up to a foot of snow for New York. So again, obviously not going to be the time we'll see too much snow in the coast, but I think definitely we're seeing signs of some type of snowstorms getting close to Connecticut. Also, for the purple color, for more central and wet or eastern Connecticut, more of those closer near to Maine. In Rhode Island, obviously, we'll be seeing 55 to 75 inches. So we're definitely going to have a little bit less snow, more closer to Rhode Island, because that's when we see a bit more rain / mix. Because obviously that area 60 to 90 is a lot more inland. So we're going to be obviously seeing a lot more snow the more the inland you are. Because again, when you get to the coastal areas near Rhode Island, all that, it gets a little bit complicated there. But again, we're still going to see 55 to 75 inches. And that's near Foxborough, by the way. And now for the light blue area to, I guess you can say blue, that's 40 to 55 inches. That's obviously going to be the lowest part. I looked over Connecticut, and those areas more in southern, south central, and southern Connecticut, near New York, tend to see a lot less snow than the others in northern. So you're probably saying that's a big difference between one region. Well, yeah, there's a difference between northern and central Georgia. There's a huge difference. So yeah, but yeah, we're definitely gonna see a lot of snow. Again, that's 40 to 55 inches is somewhat above average snowfall. I just think we'll have more of a mix coming in there as the snow just goes a bit north. But we're gonna have multiple snowstorms though for southern Connecticut. I believe this is Wisconsin, then the last state's Oregon. So Wisconsin's also big. They're obviously going to be seeing very, very cold temperatures. But again, they will also have above average snowfall too. So the red areas, that'll be near from Milwaukee, and for Brooksville and Green Bay, Wisconsin, that's 60 to 80 inches. So that is actually slightly above average for some of those areas. We're going to have a lot of lake effect snow to come into the future. We've seen a lot of snow earlier, and we're going to see that other major one to come in, play out to early next week. We can have a couple inches for Green Bay. Now for the light blue area near Madison, Wisconsin, we'll tend to see a little bit less snow there, as we won't have that lake effect snow pushing west. It would actually be pushing east. So that lake effect snow will go into Michigan. So obviously the areas in Michigan, Lake Michigan, we see a lot. So again, Madison, Wisconsin is average. It's 35 inches. So this is above average, as you can tell, by 20 inches. So we're definitely going to have a good winter for Madison, Wisconsin, and for these areas in central Wisconsin. Now for northwest Wisconsin, we can have a lot of jackpot snowfall wise. 100 plus inches I'm forecasting. We tend to have the snowfall go into northern Wisconsin first, and then it's heavier. But as it gets closer to Madison, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee, it usually gets a bit weaker by snowfall rate. but it's looking like we can have a lot of snow for northern Wisconsin. And now for the time for the last state. This is Oregon now. Oregon's a little bit more complicated as it's a northwest state and it's obviously in the coast, so there's a huge difference. You should be surprised. I was looking at my research from western and the eastern Oregon. Wow, there are huge snowfall differences between the 10 miles. It's crazy. So obviously in the coastal areas, all the way from Portland to Eugene, all the way to the areas in those big cliff areas for southern Oregon, we'll have 3 to 12 inches. Their average is about 2 to 4 inches all that coast. So this huge green area is basically not that much snow. You're probably thinking, that's Oregon. They should get plenty of snow. Again, it's a coastal areas, and the Pacific doesn't tend to bring that much snow there. For those western areas, it comes from British Columbia. But again, 3 to 12 inches is actually somewhat above average. And I could have gone higher, but I couldn't, obviously, because it's a El Nino, or sorry, it's neutral, and it's going to be a bit warmer there. So I think we're going to be obviously in the lower part of that snowfall more, maybe. I'll give you a possibility, I don't want to say 100%, but very high percentage for maybe up to 5, but 12 could be. Again, it's Oregon, it's really complicated to what happens there. And then for central Oregon, we can see 4 to 14 inches. So again, as we get closer into eastern Oregon, as we get closer to Idaho, we'll see the more snow, so 4 to 14 inches. And then the purple, we can see up to 27 inches, and those average is 24 inches for those areas. So again, slightly below average or slightly above average. So it's a big range for Oregon, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time. Be sure to recommend your state, and I'll try to do another video like this tomorrow. Bye, guys.